So, hello everyone. Today I'm going to review my Pizza Hut Land Before Time hand puppet collection. So, these are my childhood toys. I got them back in the late 80s or early 90s, I believe. If you're wondering why they're in such pristine condition, I'll be getting to that. But here they are, the entire gang. We got Cera, Littlefoot, Ducky, Spike, and Petrie. So here they are. So I'll be reviewing these guys character by character, but before that, a little backgrounder. These things came from Pizza Hut, and I think they came out in two waves where I'm from. So the first time, the only guy I had was Littlefoot. The first one I got was Littlefoot, and I played with him every day. And well, this is the second Littlefoot, because no, the first time it came out, I was only able to get Littlefoot as a kid, which was my childhood companion, one of my favorite toys. And well, the dogs got to him, bit off two of his fingers, and I still played with him. I called him Rex. And yeah, long story short, he got pretty battered throughout time. But I restored him, so I've got a video of myself restoring my childhood toy. But this guy is the second Littlefoot that I got. So if you're wondering why they look so good, well, when I was a kid, my mom kind of thought that these things look really great, that they'd be great collectors. So she kind of decided, after what happened to first Littlefoot, she decided to set up some sort of library system where I get to play with them on the weekends or after I do my schoolwork. So weekdays, they're pretty much kept safe and away from harm. Weekends, I could play with them, kind of like a toy library. So I'd bring them out on the weekends and play with them. I didn't really play with them outside, I just played with them in the house, which explains their pristine condition until now. So here's the entire gang from Land Before Time. First one I'm going to review for you is Cera. This is Cera. She's the three-horn. So if you guys are familiar with the Land Before Time, and she's a hand puppet, so if you could possibly squeeze your hand in it and make her move. It's a hand puppet. I don't play with long necks. Yeah. If you guys are wondering, Cera is that headstrong character in Land Before Time, and her dad was that Triceratops who said, "Three horns, don't play with long necks." And yeah, so that's Cera. So she's kind of the headstrong one who keeps, literally butting heads with the other characters. But she pulls through in the end because she helps, so to speak, hammer the final nail in the coffin of the T-Rex. Her final push was able to help the gang defeat the T-Rex. So here she is. Let's take a quick look at her. So this is a pretty nice mold because you can see all the nice wrinkles and details. She has one horn only. She's a Triceratops, but she's a young one, so she doesn't have the three horns yet. She only has that nose horn. She got blue eyes, dark blue eyes. She is yellow, though if you watch the cartoon, in their adult forms, they're sort of dark brown with some splotches on the back. But here she is. She's basically pure yellow. Got a nice little molding. I like the curve in the back of her head. She's got a lot of nice detailing. A little bit of paint chippage on mine, but it's pretty good. So she's got a lighter underside, and she's predominantly all yellow. And she is in sitting fashion. So she's a very cute figure, as you can see. She kind of looks like a little dragon for me, minus the horn. But yeah, there she is with her lashes and her cute face. So that's Cera. Littlefoot, who I would call I guess he's like the primary protagonist, because the story revolves around him. He kind of leads this, it's like an RPG where he leads this gang to find the Great Valley. So he's kind of like their leader, though, Cera I guess Cera's like the Starscream of the group who keeps questioning him. But yeah, this is Littlefoot. He is a baby Apatosaurus. So my Littlefoot comes in sort of tan brown with some dark shading splotch, this shade in the back, which is pretty cool. I don't know if you can see it here, but it's kind of like some sort of purple brown. So it looks very good. I like the way it has a lot of ripples and wrinkles and nice texture to this hand puppet. It feels very rubbery, but it's not that, but it's soft enough for you to, play with it. We gotta go to the Great Valley, guys. So yeah, that's it. That's Littlefoot over here. He is an Apatosaurus. So I like this Littlefoot. As mentioned, he is my second Littlefoot that I got. So he's got these little tiny ears. That's pretty cute. He's got these nice ears. So he is a baby dinosaur. So the story revolves around Littlefoot sort of leading the gang, find the Great Valley after an earthquake. and you know, after an earthquake separates them from their families, and a T-Rex kills this guy's mom. When his mom tried to protect him and Cera, who were like playing, you know, she protected them from the T-Rex, but you know, she got mauled pretty badly and died. But she gave a pretty good fight. So this is Littlefoot. So he's got nice eyelashes. He kind of has, I guess, purple brown eyes. I guess, I don't know. I might have some eye trouble, but that's the feeling I get with him. 4 toes. So overall, it's a cute little figure. A light underside, but you know, you can really see the contrast more because he's got a darker shade. So that's my Littlefoot hand puppet. Next up is Ducky. So Ducky's kind of big here because in the cartoon she's small enough to climb on Littlefoot's back, or more often climb on Spike's back. So Ducky is a Saurolophus. I always thought, when I was a kid, I thought she was a Parasaurolophus, but it turns out she's a Saurolophus. You know, there's a Saurolophus in Dino Riders, and in one episode that Saurolophus tribe was the executioner who was gonna maul Questar. So
Too bad you won't be around to see your people bowing to me as their supreme leader. No way, Krulos. They'd rather die first. That too can be arranged, Dino Rider. Anton, unleash the Saurolophus.
I didn't know that was Ducky's species at the time, but this is Ducky. So she's one of the characters with the catchphrase. It goes yup yup yup. She keeps saying yup 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 or no 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 no. Yeah, so that's her catchphrase. If I remember right, her grammar is not so good when she talks, but you know, she's kind of like the heart of the group in that sense. She always hangs out with Spike. Spike's her adoptive brother, so she is called Ducky because I guess she's a duck-billed dinosaur, a Saurolophus. So she is green. Kind of reminds me of leaf green, but she has another shade of green in her back. This sort of a blue-green shade. So Littlefoot's the biggest, so she's just, you know, she's kind of between the size of Littlefoot and Cera. So Ducky looks cute as well with her bright blue eyes and her lashes and her little nostrils there and her pronounced bill lips. Duck bill. Mine's got some dirt, so I'm gonna clean that up. But yeah, she's still in good condition. So she's a popular character in Land Before Time, and she can also swim. She's their swimmer. So this is Ducky up close. Yep. Still in good condition, if I do say so myself. They're a little wet because I gave them a quick rinse. But yeah, this is my Ducky hand puppet. This is Spike. Spike is a baby Stegosaurus. So these are his little plates, still in the process of forming. So Spike is sort of really dark green and has a sleepy look. If you watch the show, he doesn't really talk. Yeah, he doesn't talk. And he's like Ducky's adoptive brother. So the funny thing is, you know, in Land Before Time, I mean, all these dinosaurs are actually from different time scenarios. I mean, from different periods. Like, if I'm not mistaken, these two are Cretaceous. And these two are Jurassic. And there's like millions of years separating them. But, you know, I guess for the sake of the story, they put them in all together. So it's kind of like having a, you know, it's kind of like having a team up of players from different time periods. Like if Ray Lewis and Dick Butkus and Luke Kuechly were all teammates. I mean, they're from different time periods, but, you know, same thing with these. The all-stars from, you know, these are the Jurassic bunch, these are the Cretaceous bunch, and Pterodactyl, I think, is a flying reptile, so his kind existed throughout. So there were different variations of him throughout the whole time of the dinosaurs. But yeah, going back, this is Spike. He's a little small. He's actually even smaller than Ducky, which is funny because he's actually one of the big guys, because these three are the bigger dinosaurs, and if you were to make them scale, these two should be like finger puppets, but that's cool. A lot of times Spike gets coaxed into doing things because he eats a lot of leaves, and most of the time Ducky kind of rides his back and guides him. So these two are like adoptive siblings, you know, because, you know, maybe if you follow this, I don't know, I don't know if I don't remember seeing adult Stegosaurus in the Land Before Time. Maybe they're almost extinct. That's why Spike's the last of his kind. I don't know, but, you know, it kind of crosses my mind. Spike is a little unique in the sense that he's got these grooves in his underbelly. So he's the only guy who has that. All of them have smooth underbellies. Spike's the only one with these little texturing, which is pretty good. Kind of reminds me of the underbelly of a lizard or an alligator. His face reminds me of, I don't know, it reminds me of Taka from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He really, when I was a kid, he was kind of like a stand-in for Taka from Ninja Turtles. So he's dark green with darker green for his plates. He seems to have like these scoots like a crocodile, but I don't know, maybe. I don't remember a Stegosaurus having this, but he's got these bumps over here. So the Spike figure was pretty good. Stegosaurus is one of my favorite dinosaurs, actually. So, yeah, I like Stegosauruses. And this is Spike, sleepy-eyed Spike. He also has a pretty pronounced beak. Kind of like Cera, they got pronounced beaks. But here he is, Spike. But not least, we've got Petrie. Petrie has the most colors among these guys, because most of these guys just have 3 shades, 2 shades, or 3 shades at most, excluding the eye color. But this guy's got a lot of color. He's got an orange beak. He's got a black Dracula-like wings. Reminds me of Dracula because, you know, it's got like a black cape, but that's his wings. He's generally all blue-skinned, black claws, pink underbelly. He has got this white collar and green lining around his eyes, so he's got the most color, actually. He's molded pretty nicely. Petrie. So Petrie is the flyer of the group. So, well, as the story progresses, he can't fly in the beginning, but in the end, when they gang up on the T-Rex, and the T-Rex sort of exhales on him, he learns to fly in the end. So that's Petrie's story arc. He kind of talks funny, like he goes, "I flying, I flying." Yeah, he has a funny way of talking, but that's what I remember about him. And he kind of has a cracky voice. But yeah, he is the flyer. A lot of times he hangs out with Ducky, and they're about the same size as each other in the movie. So if you wanted these guys to be scaled, these guys should be finger puppets, while these guys are hand puppets. But overall, you know, you can fit your hand in them and move them around. I flying, I flying. Yeah. Overall, it's a nice. This guy's a nice little pterodactyl. He reminds me of a vampire when I was a kid, kind of like Count Petrie for me because of the black cape. But other than that, he looks pretty awesome, pretty cool. Part of the set, so that's all of them together. Those are their sizes. The Apatosaurus, of course, is the largest, even in real life. And there they all are. Final thoughts are, I think you can still get these guys over at eBay as collector items. I mean, if you're a fan of Land Before Time, they're a pretty good representation of the group, even though they're not scale size with each other. They're pretty good hand puppets. And as long as you take care of them, they last long, because you could see that mine are literally from the 80s, but they have held up. They're pretty well preserved. They're not sticky or disintegrating. No, they're pretty good quality, so they last pretty long. They have nice rubbery bodies, and they're pretty good representations of the characters of the Land Before Time. Yeah, the Land Before Time. So as a kid, I liked a lot of dinosaur shows. So I love Dino Riders, Dinosaurs, and also Land Before Time. Even though it was a little bit sad, where, you know, and if you haven't watched the movie, for those who haven't watched the movie, check it out. For those, you get what I'm saying when there are some sad parts of the movie, but in the end, it's really happy. It has that whole theme song of, you know, it's a movie about hope. So, you know, movies about hope tend to have adversity, but in the end, everything comes together. So it's that type of movie. So I suggest you check it out. I'm not sure how much these guys cost right now, but probably they have a hefty price because they are collector items. They came from, as I mentioned, Pizza Hut. I remember as a kid, I first got a Littlefoot as a present from my mom. Of course, I ended up playing with that Littlefoot so much, I ended up getting battered. They came out again, so I was able to complete the set this time. You know, had some snacks on Pizza Hut, and I was able to buy one. And I'm glad that I have all of them, because these are one of my favorite toys growing up. I mean, in the weekends or Friday nights, I'd bring them out and, you know, have some story play with them. So, yeah. So here they are. These are my Land Before Time hand puppets from Pizza Hut. So, hope you guys enjoyed the review.